Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing today? We're starting a live stream. It's 24th January. Good morning. How's everyone doing today? Another awesome, amazing day. God is good. George, let's see. Good morning. Dupe to be a vegan. All right. Luke, how you doing, Luke? CNN, rise and thrive, my carnivore friends, my human friends. Whether you're a vegan, vegetarian, Mediterranean, or carnivorian, all of us are on this journey together. And what you think is always what's true. That's as simple as that. What you think is always true. All right. I got to just give a wipe down on my camera lenses, see if that's a little clearer. I got my old iPhones here. And let's see, we got YouTube, Facebook, Dr.Kiltz Instagram, see my Fertility Instagram, and my Mighty Tribe. And welcome, Don, Sandy, Shaw, Nightmare. Let's see, I work in Bridgeville, PA. Let's see, I live in, Steubenville. Awesome, Ohio. Awesome. And Kiltz is in Syracuse, New York. I live in Skinny Atlas and a little bit in Sarasota, but I'm from Los Angeles. And I get back there a little bit to visit my brother in Irvine. We're all on this amazing journey together, right? I've been learning more and more about the cell membrane and the phospholipids and the integrative proteins and the sugars, which are the glycans, which are for glycosylation. And we're going to talk more and more about glycosylation as we adventure through our journey. Let's see, Scott, John, Tricia, Melissa, Darla, Amy, good morning, and Harkam, good morning. We're on our day 2 of a 5-day water fast. I've got my girl Steiner, Scott, and it's all good. And what is the thoughts of the day, right? How are you thinking and being grateful for all the amazing gifts that God is giving all of us, right? We're on the life journey. And if you've got problems, you've got troubles, you got challenges, well, my friends, you're alive. Those are the pieces of the puzzle to give you the path to wherever you want to go, right? All right. Read somewhere that Humira is going through the placenta. All these drugs go through the placenta. I mean, is there anything that doesn't go through the brain, through the placenta, through everything? It all goes everywhere. And these ideas that there's a blood-brain barrier that stops everything from going through, this doesn't make sense, right? We know that the challenge is we've got science that sounds like it's really rigid and true, but it's all theoretical and hypothetical. When you recognize that it's all based on a scientific data point and then a human being that interprets it and then tells you, well, this is 100% right. It's been confirmed. My friends, the theory of relativity is a theory of relativity. We in science sort of write down a scientific endeavor, publish a paper. Hey, look at me. I'm really fancy. Look at Kiltz, right? All of us are just sharing a story around the campfire. This is a campfire story, right, Jason? Morgan, be a glycan, not a glycant. Absolutely. Lynn, good morning. The best on this gratitude day. Thank you, God, Lord, Creator, for the day. That's my mantra of my life. Thank you, God, Lord, Creator, for my day, my troubles, my challenges, my ability to simply get up and go do something. So first in the mind, right? The thinking mind, right? And then the motivation is get moving. And we're eating far too frequently. We're thinking that, well, I've got to fuel the Ferrari in order to get the metabolism moving. My friend, your metabolism is always moving until you're never moving again, right? Romaine, Steve, how you doing? SC3, empty gut, full life. That's it. And a stick of butter keeps inflammation away. That's why eating fat is so important, because it coats the glycobiome, it kills the bugs and the microbes, right? And it helps rejuvenate the glycobiome, which is the sugar-coated layer that's within all of us. Every cell membrane, which is a phospholipid bilayer, right? The hydrophilic and the hydrophobic ends, right? The phospho part of it is the stuff that's okay in mostly water, right? But the lipid part is hanging out and trying to hide itself. But none of this is a rigid bilayers, by the way. The cell membranes are fluid like the ocean and the sea, right? And things are moving in and out of it. There's a little restrictive properties, but what you don't know is the sugars are the actual barrier. They're the barcode that says come in, stay out, right? On. Nightmare, awesome, 34, God, right? 5 sips yesterday, black coffee, instead 20 to 30 ounce, maybe why I get, listen, you're withdrawing from your coffee. And what you want to do is withdraw and be done with the coffee. And I really, really don't believe that fruit and honey of any significance or frequency is good for us. My daughter Pilar, wonderful young woman, is highly allergic to avocados and bananas, anaphylactic. And my bet is many people have allergies, but they're silent, right, until they're not. And cancers, all the diseases which show up and like, well, where'd that come from, right? Well, check. Let's see. Maggie May, how you doing? From PA to all my friends in Pennsylvania, Ohio. Let's see. Wherever you are in this world, you're on the journey. And be careful for the scientific stories that seem so straightforward and maybe they're a little more stagnant. Don't even believe Kiltz. But all I can tell you, 1 meal a day or less is the very best way. Drink water, not whiskey, wine, beer, and certainly minimize and or eliminate coffee and tea, right? That's it. All right. Plants equal poison. That's it. That's so amazing. I didn't realize that for years as an Italian, Mediterranean, grew up in LA, ate all the Italian stuff and then all the Mediterranean stuff and all the Hispanic and Latin American stuff. But I suffered for way too long until I was 55. Before that, it was, let's see, at about 40, I kind of started on the Weight Watchers, then the Atkins, then the paleo, and the keto. And then at 55, I went carnivore, never turning back. And I think that the act of adding honey and fruit is just showing your addiction. It's an addiction because we love it. It tastes good, right? It makes us feel good, but it's like heroin, cocaine, marijuana, and maybe even OxyContin, right? All right, Nightmare, keep doing it. Parminder, Don, glycans always, not glycans. Thank you. All right, Jason, Don, hooked on Perrier sparkling water since going carnivore. Yeah, I've been hooked on the Gerolsteiner, and I love my salt, and I love my ice water. See, I love the cold water. I get in my cold shower for a few minutes every morning, and I don't measure temperature. Look at cold water, hot water. Get it cold. You can get into the iced water for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 or 3. You build your ability to do hard through the practice of hard every day. Right, Amy? And are you painting, potting, poetry, music? Are you getting out and doing some blogging? Thanks for joining the Mighty Tribe, the 7:30 p.m. Monday nights. We'll see if I'm going to get on a little bit for some 5 p.m. lives this week, talk about fasting and how it's really building clarity of the mind. It's reducing all the depression, the fear, the worry. It's because the plants are the drugs, right? This is the drug. And you've been duped to love and consume the drugs because this drug makes you domesticated, right? And when you eat the fatty meat, it makes you the wild type. And ultimately the wild type is the best type, right? Jay Kraft, how you doing? Having a very hard time on full carnivore and sleeping. I'm only getting 1 to 2 hours of sleep, wake up, and I can't get back to sleep. Well, when I wake up and can't sleep, I don't fight it. I get a book. I listen to a great podcast. I watch something about the glycobiome. Because look at this idea that every animal is supposed to sleep through the night. Oh my God, you might be food for something else. It's okay to not sleep sometimes, but I think you're transitioning. It takes 6 months, a year or more, but it depends what else is going on in your life, right? Because some days I'm up at 2, I'm like jazzed to write, to dictate, to build, to paint, to get my pottery studio. And then I take a nap 2 or 3 throughout the day. See, we need to take more power naps. Power naps will reset the synapse, right? This idea that you have to get a solid 6 to 8 hours of sleep, I don't do it. I don't believe it. I think it's unnecessary. I get my 5 to 6 hours typically. Sometimes I go to bed at 11, I get up at 3. Usually I go to bed at 9 and get up at 3, but sometimes it's 4 or 5 under rare circumstances. I'm inspired every single day to get up early, listen and learn from Parminder, Jay Kraft, Don, from all of you that are teaching me that we're all just the same. My labels of MD or whatever it is are irrelevant. You have equal access to all of this information as I do, and that's the amazing part of the story. So if you can't sleep, get up and do something. The universe says, hey, man, write on the wall, get some paint and just paint on a canvas. Do something you're afraid to do. And when you're up before everyone else, that's the very best time of day. That's what I've found in all of this, right? All right. Let's see. This morning, ice water, 2 minutes after cold shower. Feel great. Large energy. Let's see. My ketones 4.0. Awesome. I don't measure ketones. See, you always burn fat. You see, everyone thinks, well, you get a whole bolus of sugar, well, you're suddenly going to burn sugar. Now, the sugar must be converted in the liver to fat, or it's simply going to cause damage. Because if you have no insulin or significantly damaged liver, which ultimately is the cause of resistance, insulin resistance is damaged liver, then your glucose is going to damage your body, but it shouldn't be significant, it should be lower. Glucose, mannose, N-acetylglucosamine. There are so many sugars that are called glycans that are critical for glycosylation. Glycosylation is the adding of a sugar to a protein to give it its functional shape and its charge so that it can be attracted or repelled properly from the right things. And the sugars added to proteins enable them to dissolve a little bit better in the water solutions of our blood vessels, and then they're allowed also to bind to things properly by adding that sugar. The sugars of our body are for the barcode to say, come on in or stay out. The barcode is a sugar label. It's like, again, it's that barcode. Are you friend or foe? Or are you intermediate? But some foes actually will mimic by adding sugars so that they could say, hey, I'm okay. You leave me alone. But then they're growing and growing and growing, and finally they take you down. That's as simple as that, right? Jeff, Mary, Lisa, Harkham, good morning, Mighty Tribe. How you doing? Join Kiltz's Mighty Tribe, KMT, and it's a community of growing ketovores, carnivores, lifeivores. It's about what you put in the mind, the mouth, and the motion of your body. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty. All right. Ken, no carb sugar since June. Awesome. Feel fantastic. Listen, I rarely do a carbohydrate, but this last month, I've been really strict on steak, salt, and water. And now this 5 days till Friday, we're feasting it on fasting. We're feasting it on fasting. Jonathan, how you doing? 3, 2, 1, boom. Luke is in the house. And the energy and the vibration of our stories are what creates the universe, right? We're just storytellers. And some of those stories are neutral, some are negative, and some are positive, and some are atomic, right? Some will blow up the universe, and human beings will react in a way, right? It's like Saladino talking about fruit and honey, and we're going like, you can't do that. Or Bart Kay and Joey Schwartz going at it. Listen, or the Liver King, we're like I said, what's the atomic bomb? What's the firecracker? But it's a story, right? A Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. Chris Corum, how you doing? Awesome. Alexandra, good morning. Bev, good morning. Beautiful day. Questions, thoughts, comments, ideas. I'm constantly reading, listening, and learning. And I talk a lot about the simplicity. And this might not be the right side for everyone, but think of the food you eat, either plant sourced or animal sourced. The majority of the plant source is sugar, simple sugars, which go to the liver and via insulin are converted to fatty acids. That's the simple story. But fat, which is from animals, it breaks down to fatty acids, it's taken to the lymphatics, and it's taken to the circulation, because fat is the fuel for the mitochondria and not sugar, by the way. And amino acids, by the way, from proteins must also go to the liver, where they're converted to fat, and excessive amino acids are also not good for us. Let's see. Good morning to all. Where are you at in this world? And if you can't sleep, get up and listen to Kiltzy. Go to KMT or Dr.Kiltz.com. Listen and learn of some ideas that might be, never thought about that. That's really an awesome idea. All right. Exercise. If any you're doing my water fast. Well, I do 15 minutes on my bike every morning. I do a little bit of fast. I do mostly slow and easy. And then I take my smart bell and I'm doing my, let's see, I do about 30 of these 3 times. And then I do 10 of these 3 times on my bike. And then I'll do about 15 minutes of bench press, of curls, of rings, of sit-ups, but light stuff, just to kind of get my body up and moving, feel the strength. I do my cold shower, and then I'm in my car on my way somewhere to play the game of life, right? And the game of life is simple. Gods are within all of us, right? All right. We had a KMT last night, 7:30. We are going to be, I don't know, we'll get the notifications. I don't know what happened last night, Alexandra, but we'll work to get the notifications out to everyone. Dr. Donald Vega was another guest appearance and talked about levels of exercise, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, talked about fasting is lasting, and talked about how to reduce inflammation. And I talk about meditation, prayer, visualization, 1 meal a day, and make it fatty meat the very best way, and get moving. And Zach Bitter, by the way, is a really great carnivore that showed that all motion of the body is simply maintained on fat. And again, we think, oh my God, you have to carb load. You don't need to carb load. It's not good for us, right? Lillian, Frida, Nerd, Nurse, P, Sassy, how you doing? Go to cnyfertility.com. We currently have an IVF special going on, and we're going to be working to add specials by adding medications and more. Let's see. Diesels burn oil last much longer than a top fuel dragster. Listen, plants are the poison, and meat makes us masters. Eat the fatty meat, eat less frequently. You don't have to overeat on this nutrition, right? I'll take a picture, Donna. I'll show my gym. I've got a rowing machine, a bike, a treadmill, which I haven't used in a while. I've got an elliptical, which I also haven't used in a while. And then I've got some free weights, just some smart bells, I call them. And I've got a few machines where I got to work on my rotator cuff and strengthen it. That's kind of what I've been doing. But I like to get out on my bike when I'm down in Florida. I've been getting out on my snowboard. Just got a new snowboard, so really having fun with that. And go moving, even if it's just walking around the house 3 times, or it's getting up in a chair because you're somehow bedridden. But when you go carnivore, Don't let them feed your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, or anyone you know in a rest home or a hospital the shitty food that they're being fed. And I'm sorry, fruits, honey are not good for us of any significance or frequency. And essentially, meat makes us masters. And I'll bet we'll start seeing those people in the rest home resuscitated from a nightmare state, right? And again, you don't have to pump heavy iron. You don't have to do these joggings. You just have to realize that you're alive. And the fact you're alive is the door entry, right, to the cathedral, the temple. And when you feed the Ferrari diesel fuel, which is fat, and stop eating significant protein. You don't need a high protein, low fat diet that's poisonous and starvation and deadly. Gonzalez, good morning. Nolit Marine, good morning. Ranky Kumri, good morning. The Lion's Way. Let's see. Yes, the Lion's Way will begin to lose weight. But if you lower the fat content in the short term to lower the calories and get walking every day, start with a mile, then do 2 miles, then do 3 miles, right? Whether it's inside or outside, get moving. Get your big screen there. You can watch a little Kiltz online, right? Kenya, let's see. The Maasai tribe in Kenya, 2/3 of the calories came from fat, consumed 600 to 2,000 milligrams of cholesterol a day. You'll seldom find vegetables as part of the daily Maasai meals. That is the truth. Look at, again, we have been lied to by the lions. Well, actually, the sheep in lion skin want to convince you to be a sheep. But you, my friends, are a lioness, a lion, the master of your life. Look at my TEDx talk, the Lions, the Lions Plan, or let's see, the Human Ferrari. We are Ferraris, lions, masters of our lives. And as long as you're eating, they're so nice, aren't they? You ever notice you get itchy from this stuff? You sneeze from this stuff? Like how often you take a slab of meat and you rub it and you get itchy? Meat, fatty meat, red meat, beef, bison, elk, sheep. And this is the crazy game changer. Let's see. Should I keep it right here? I hope it's not bothering anyone. See, I think plants are best as our decoration, and they're the feed for our feed, right? The animals that are the ruminants, those are the best that eat this, then become our food. And that's so important. Rose, good morning. Dr. Vega, Kev, was awesome. Thanks for your questions. Look at Zach Bitter, by the way. Zach Bitter, carnivore. And again, you don't need a carb load ever. And I personally think excessive exercise isn't good for us. I think you want to just you want to cool it down and slow it down. And let's see, I think the tortoise, like it finishes every race. The rabbits sometimes have to stop and rest, or they gotta rest and heal all those achy bones, right? Awesome. Lion's Way. Facebook didn't come up this morning. Oh, let's see. You're right. I see. I don't know if it's Kiltz Facebook or what it is, but maybe check again. We'll see. All right. And thank you for your stories and your words. Tell your story, which is critical for more. And look at, I just love plants. I grew up eating this stuff. I grew up eating way too much of it. That is the challenge, right? We've been duped. We've been duped as carnivores to be herbivores, and we're not herbivores. We, my friends, are the lions, the mighty lions, right? The mighty lion, isn't there? Like, is that the Lion King? Humira block. Let's see. Is it true that Humira blocks cytokines? It doesn't matter if it's so essentially Humira reduces your body's inflammation. and which is, again, the inflammation. All right, blocking me on the Mighty Tribe. The inflammation is really the cause of disease, the secondary. So again, the antigens, the sugars, the chemicals, mostly some plants and microbes, get into our body and they elicit the inflammation. And so the drugs that we use to treat us lower the inflammation, but don't get to the cause, which is honey, fruit, vegetables, seeds, and nuts. That's it, right? Rose, thank you. I love the information you share. I feel as though you spoke more about this 5-day fast. Again, what should we be talking about? I'm here to talk about what you want. You give me the questions, the ideas, and I'll share them. Ultimately, every disease we suffer from is, one, eating the incorrect nutrition. We should eat fatty meat and emphasize fatty meat and limit or eliminate the plants. 2, we should be fasting than feasting. Fasting than feasting. More fasting, less feasting. 3 to 6 meals a day, even if you're a carnivore, will build the fat for the famine, for the winter, for the pestilence, for the disease, for the war, right? When you're fighting the war, who's got time to eat? Those that don't take the time to eat beat all, right? Whatsoever drinking pickle juice. Pickle juice is a sugars in it. It tastes good. I like pickle juice, but I think of any frequency or significance, I don't recommend it. Nope. I have to call Clayscapes today to get them to fix my kiln, and they got my electrician coming to get my new plug in for my new kiln. Holistic Health from Kuwait, good morning. Dr. Vega is amazing. We're going to put our links on Kiltz Mighty Tribe, making sure that all the books, the videos, the recommendations are out there. And also, I got to find... Malcolm, is there a link on Kiltz Mighty Tribe and drkiltz.com for Kiltz's Keto with Carnivore? And I'm a pictures guy, by the way. I'm not like read 100, 500 pages of just text. I love the pictures. I love the stories. I love your story, how you healed. And the N1 is you, right? You're the scientific experiment. You might be reading other people's stories, but sometimes the scientific stories can be a little distracting, and they make final statements that might not be 100% true. Joey Carnivore, how you doing? And the tribe, let's get after it today. Every day, you are the man, the woman, the lioness, the lion, the human being, the whatever you want to call yourself. The gods are within all of us. That's it. William Woodson, how you doing? More on board with you helping us prepare for this fast. The fasting. And again, day 2, but I say to myself, this is easy. This is easy. This is easy. This is easy. So the more you say this is easy, it unfolds, right? It unfolds. Pickle juice, don't recommend it. Everybody, our ancestors' foods. I meant to get my steak and bring it in here, but I didn't want to show the steak. At fear, we're all going to go like, what are you putting that up for, right? When you see food, you eat food. So if I stay away from the seeing of food, and this is the manipulation of the marketers, right? They're going to give you the smell of food, and your saliva is going to go. The picture of food, your saliva, right? In the ancient environment, you either smelled it or you saw it. But listen, stay out of the kitchen, stay out of the supermarket, stay away. And remember, long shelf life foods, short human life food. That's it. Awesome. Free tacos for you, not if it's commercial. Likely refined salt, sniff fluorinated water. Let's see. Rico, volcanic water in glasses best, but pristine hydro is a good filter. We'll check that out. Again, you have a good home filter. I live on Skinny Atlas Lake. A great filter. Make sure it's has some minerals in it. If you're not, add the minerals yourself, right? Tonbo, how you doing? And remember, cholesterol is the building block of your body and the fuel of your body. Our body is mostly made of fat. We think protein amino acids are so important. They're less important than you think, right? And every fat cell contains amino acids and sugars in them. So this idea that we are built to go days without water, weeks without food, but only a moment, 3 minutes without air, and never without God, right? God is the installation of the foundation of our lives. And when you look in the mirror, there is God, right? God within all of us. So start the day every day. Good morning, Joey. Again, what is the journey? What's the inspiration of your life, right? Make sure you love your work. You love your family, your friends, your foes alike. Give them all love, because love unfolds and opens up everything. That's it. That's it. Let's see. Free tacos. I love tacos. Oh, I love tacos. I used to make in medical school. I made salsa and sold it, and we had the greatest parties at my apartment. It was all. I love Mexican food. My ex-wife Gina, amazing woman, half Mexican. My daughter is Pilar Isabella Castro Kiltz. How did that come from, right? But I love Mexican food. Cooked it forever. 2 tamales, Rico, tubes, Seot 2.0. All right. Again, you're trying to tempt us, aren't you? Right. But we are strong and we're capable of seeing the temple, and the temptation is something we are good at saying, no, thank you. Thank you. No, not today. I'm strong and good. And that's where the fasting strengthens us. And it's easy, right? Plants all turn into sugar, and it has phytochemicals, antigens, and they ferment in your gut. That's it. Really, it's simple. The plants, again, heroin, cocaine, marijuana, nicotine, and caffeine, right? And then they break down to alcohol via microbes, yeast, and bacteria. And so we're all just addicted to plants. That's the stupidly simple story, right? That's it. James from Napa. I went to UC Davis. We used to go over to the wine country and learning about wines. I love wine. I love whiskey. I hate beer, but I don't consume any of those of any significance or frequency. That is what helped me heal also, right? Let's see. Rose, you mentioned most of these basic principles on fasting. That's why we love. Thank you so much, Rose. I'm so grateful to everyone. We're on this journey together, and I'm grateful to my ex-wife, my daughter, my partner, my previous partners, my parents, my brothers, my sisters, my cousins, but ultimately all of humanity, because we're learning, we're sharing, we're strengthening, we're growing from the stories, right? And we're not different, right? We're all the same. Essentially, we're all the same. This idea we're all unique and different, again, that's what you've been trained to think. But we all are lions. And lions lead, and sheep, they follow and be our feed, right? That's the craziness. And the more you begin to understand the 3 magic words, I am God, and God is within us. And all of my carnivore friends or keto friends or paleo friends or Mediterranean friends or vegan and vegetarian friends, we are all essentially the same. We're searching for a connection, friendships, love, kindness, generosity. But so many of us are damaged because of a high plant-based, low animal fat diet. We have been absolutely domesticated to likely believe maybe a story that's not the best for us, right? That's it. Let's see. Roster NZ. I just have one cheat month, a treat month that's in December. And yes, weight goes up, but it crashes when I go back to carnivore, even though my body is like what is this rubbish. I agree with you. So remember, holidays are meant to be a holy time and a celebration. And yes, pizza, pasta, bread, yoga, cookie, cake, or ice cream, but minimize to maximize. And that's why fasting is the spiritual connection. So you're doing the celebration and you're fasting. And then January is a time, listen, it's your inspirational revolution, right? New Year's revolution is what you're leading, right? And you have to follow first, lead first, and till the soil and fertilize the mind with, this is easy, I'm doing it. And look at your beautiful body. You see, your weight, excessive weight, as you might think, is not the cause of disease. But let me tell you, a lack of appropriate weight is deadlier than being obese. That's the craziness to the story, right? Let's see, produce healthy cells. All right, Shelley, you're just joining NASA. Fake the moon landing. ISIS is a hoax. Space exploration is a hoax. Again, they're stories, and you decide whether they're true or not. But they're stories of the human creativity. That's the whole point here, right? The one thing I'm not here to do is chastise your story or anyone else's story. I'm interested in your story. That's interesting. But remember, truth and reality is built in the human mind. So everything out there is created in here. That's why schizophrenic, psychotic, criminals, suicidal, all these ideas, they're just made up in our minds. When you change your mind, you change your life. And that's the meme, right? I am the meme machine, and the meme machine. And these are all the books I've read. You've got some of them on my drkiltz.com, and I've got like almost 600 books on my Apple Audible. But I read voraciously, I listen and watch voraciously, and I want to interject and intertwine with your ideas. Thomas, how you doing? Sutorias, good morning. North Texas. Let's see, negative bullshit about space. Again, whatever you want to believe, go for it, right? That sounds interesting. That's not my story, but that might be your story, right? It's the idea that we tell a story, but remember, you're the one that needs to be discerning of whether or not you're going to believe it as true, right? If you hear the story enough, your brain thinks it's true. And or someone, forces something on you. Well, then again, you might say, oh, yeah, I believe you. All right. Faith Ka, good morning. Thanks for joining me. YouTube, Facebook, Dr. Kiltz Instagram, CNY Fertility Instagram, and the Mighty Tribe. Lactose-free butter and cream, good. I don't know that I've tried. I don't know what lactose-free. I think, it maybe is limited in its lactose. And remember, the fat is what you want. And our best fat comes from meat, beef. I love pork fat, pork belly. Oh my God. I cook it in my black pearl. The best. Super awesome morning to you. Sexy Sally. How you doing? Listen, we're all looking to be sexy and good looking and say something that people think, wow, that's really intelligent. My friends, you are sexy. You're intelligent. You're the mighty master. You got to change the mind. You got to see in the mirror what you believe you are. If you're constantly saying, oh, I'm fat, I'm overweight, I'm no good, I'm a failure, my friends, there you go. But if you look at that beautiful body, and if you want to lose 100 or gain 50, then you got to see what you want as if it's already there. That's it, right? Melba, how you doing? Delicious fatty eye fillet steak. Awesome. The butter and fried egg for dinner tonight. Australia. Emily, Ireland. Oh, you dirty little person. We're on our 5-day, day 2 of 5. Again, if you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, go at it. If you simply could do 8 hours, fine. But my belief is that 23 and 1 is the very best way. Fasting, feasting, Betty Torres. Let's see. Sahar, thank you. Lactose. I think lactose-free butter and cream is good. I haven't found, find it, right? But if you're fooled to eat the plant-based meat, you are a sheep. And plant-based meat makes no sense, except the brain says you better eat meat. So you hear the word meat, the word plant just gets eliminated, and then you think you're eating healthy. My friends, it's an industrial product, just like seed oils, right? Plant oils, nut oils. I don't believe they're good for us of any significance or frequency. And just like fruit and vegetables, from time to time, small amounts, except anaphylactic reactions are common with seeds, nuts, plants, fruit. They will kill you. And interesting how a bee sting could be anaphylactic. I'm wondering if it's the plant glycans, the plant sugars, the plant antigens that are actually the culprit killing you, but not the bee itself. It's the bees collect the honey, and they can't get rid of the antigens that the honey carries. Remember, honey is plant sugar. It's white sugar. It's nothing more. And the fact it's natural, well, opium and heroin is natural. Nicotine and caffeine are natural. Right on. Listen, stop being duped by the dictators, the despots of marketing that want you to be high, intoxicated, drunk, and simply a minion of followers. Be your own leader, and that's what this is all about. I'm just sharing some ideas that led me into taking control of me, right, Marcy? Carogena, hard to find heavy cream without it. You're right. I mean, I think it's minimally, but again, I minimize the cream anyway. So I think it's probably okay a little bit. Again, every meat cell, every fat cell contains fatty acids, it contains amino acids, and it contains glycans or sugars. See, we should change the term sugar or carbohydrate to glycans. Don't forget the glycobiome. It is the mighty master, right? The mitochondria is reliant on the glycans, and the protein production in the Golgi apparatus and the endoplasmic reticulum are completely require the sugars that your body makes, but it also it recoups them, recycles them from all the cells of your body, because every cell of our body contains sugars and it contains amino acids, proteins. That's the kicker, right? Good morning, Lisa Flanders. How you doing, Lisa? Your brain is built from 99% cholesterol. Tonbo, thank you. Every new cell is built from cholesterol, and every hormone is built from cholesterol. Look at, if you eat plants and sugars, carbohydrates, they're never required, and in excessive amounts or frequency, they are deadly, except if you have an anaphylactic reaction to a plant antigen, which turns out to be a plant glycan. It's the glycans that are trying to make you can't, right? Fatty ribeye, nice. Enjoy it, my friend. Down with the sun, up around 12, back to bed around 2, back up with the sun. That's how it was before the street lights. Absolutely. But remember, sometimes you have to be wide awake at 2 a.m. with no sun. You got to be prepared, right? That's why we had a protection and a fire in front of the cave, right? We likely evolved from the really, really dangerous plains, right? The Serengeti, right? And then we found some cave and protection in a pack. We learned to make weapons and fire and kill the big beasts. And that is how we evolved. And we are the largest. We're the cause of global warming, not cows and not the plants. We are, right? So we're blaming the cows. Oh my God, if you eat cows, you're going to cause all the global warming. My friends, you and I are doing it. we're farting more than the cows. But without that, basically, we're also killing all the small animals and the insects with the tilling of the soil and all the fertilizer and all the plant poisons that we put there to kill the microbes, right? Pesticides, right? Let's see. Every brain function of the brain is based on salt, cholesterol. Take the salt off and take statin drugs, you become a zombie. That is true, right? You are truly the treasure of life. You deserve to eat the proper human diet, or the Kiltz's Lion's Way. And I also call it the baby's way. Do I have my baby's way sheet here? You don't even want to know the craziness I have here. Let's see. Maybe I'll find it. Maybe I won't. But if I don't, it's all good, because we are the Ferraris, right? We are the lions. We are the kick-ass kings and queens of the universe. I've got it here. The incredible, edible, amazing human being you are. And don't forget, you can have Dr. Kiltz's ice cream from time to time. You want a carnivore, no sugar. You want a keto, a little bit of sugar. You want a kick-ass amazing from time to time, but not all the time, right? Lions all the time, my friend. Down with the sun, up with the sun, right? Yes, glucose is like glass shards in the circulatory system. Absolutely. The glycans, the shards of oxalates, phytates, lectins. That's it, right? And by the way, for some people, Raymond on Steak and Butter Gang suggested a pinch of salt under the tongue and a little mineral water. But the most important thing I've learned is the language you lead with, right? The language you lead with. And the language is simple. Oh, this is easy. I'm doing it, right? I'm looking forward to my feast, my Friday feast at 5. Friday feast at 5 for Kiltzy. We're going to be on live on all of our channels. We're going to be cooking, what, a ribeye? Maybe we'll throw in a cap steak, some liver, and maybe a little bit of butter. Although I think I'm working to be on butter and cream for the rest of the month to reduce a little bit of the inflammation. I've been getting on my bike, my weights, my lifting, but the most important thing is lift yourself up this day, right? What are you listening to? I've got all these great books I have on my iPhone, Audible. I'm listening, and I'm living. And liver is the best thing to live longer. And we need to be eating, again, bacon, eggs, butter, beef, Kiltz's ice cream, salt, one meal a day, but faith all the way. And listen, there is something called beef bacon. So for those that don't eat pork or don't eat beef, there's lamb, there's goat. I lost. All right. I lost the mighty tribe. There's always something about these. It shut down. Who knows? It says, okay, time to shut down. Let's see something about this mighty tribe app that tends to shut down my computers. Don't know why. If you cannot do it all dairy, where do I get my calcium? Calcium comes from red meat. Red meat, my friends. See, when you eat the red meat, the cows ate the grass and the grains and the plant material that actually helps us be healthier. That's it. All right. It just shut me down. But the universe is trying to shut us down, right? I had a great conversation with Dr. Saladino last Saturday offline. We had a little bit of a debate. We both kind of think different things. I say fruits and vegetables and honey are not good. He says that the honey and the fruits are okay. I say that glucose is a glycan for glycosylation. He still thinks that it's part of the mitochondrial energy. I think it's critical for mitochondrial function through glycosylation, but it's not the ATP energy of your body. Restart because of a problem. Don't know what the problem was. Let's see. It wasn't updating Maybe I'll get back to the Mighty Tribe. I don't know. Let's see. 2 ounces bread and a lot of beef in a day is okay. 2 ounces. Well, minimize the bread, masterize the fatty meat. That's the most important thing. The fatty meat is critical, critical, critical. Let's see if I can get back onto my Mighty Tribe. All right. Let's see. Sugar. Let's see if I've got this. What can I do here? You guys are amazing. Thanks for being so patient with Kiltzy. I'm the front man, the back man, the internal man, the everything part, right? I don't do the dairy, my friends. Do the fatty meat. You have no requirement to eat dairy, no requirement to eat plants. If you want to be the healthiest, it's the lion's way. Steak, fatty steak, salt and water. There you go, right? Let's see if I can make this happen. Make it happen. You guys are amazing. Almost there on the Mighty Tribe. We'll see if I can come back on the Mighty Tribe. It's loading. You're the creator. Join as speaker. Let's see. It's going to take me back. I don't know. Right. Morning from the UK. DT Thompson. How you doing, my friend? Adele, good afternoon, good evening. Well, cholesterol, by the way, is made in our body by fatty meat, and cholesterol and fatty acids are part of our cells, and it's critical for our hormones, our brain function, our neurologic function. Everything about us is cholesterol and phospholipids or fatty acids. And the mitochondria requires fatty acids for ATP. Glucose in the liver is a precursor for that. So if you don't have a functional liver, and by the way, insulin resistance is liver dysfunction. As the liver function drops, the insulin cannot convert the sugars to fat fast enough. Your sugar levels rise, and you're a diabetic. You're a pre-diabetic. You're a diabetic. Again, sorry for losing my Mighty Tribe for a minute. We came back. My computer just said, shut down. Shut him down. He's talking about Saladino and honey and fruit, and shut him down now, right? They're taking us carnivores and trying to bring us back to the plant world. You're being duped. You're being domesticated. Don't let them do that, right? Adalid Perea, eating bones, bone marrow, bone broth. You got to make it. You got to eat it. Remember, we learned how to crack the bones, get the marrow, and that's the lions know how to crack it. You and I be lions, not pigs, cows, or sheep. All right, I'm going to be at Keto in Denver in February. I'm going to be in Austin, Texas, and I'll be on Vegas, and we'll put those links on the Dr. Kiltz front of the page so you can see how to be vibrant and learn. Join our tribe and learn more and get some coaching from the Kiltz's Mighty Tribe. We're working on more coaches, more cheerleaders, more inspiration to get sharing, learning, growing, creating. That's it. Yeah. Roster NZ. Awesome. No other plants, vegetables, only 2 ounces of bread. Minimize the bread because it's a simple sugar. Sourdough, I would give you over anything else, but whole wheat, any of these crackle and wheat stuff, deadly. And if you think a gluten-free is good, nope. They're just lying to you. The lions that lie. Diet is Batman, exercise is Robin. Absolutely. Tonbo. Diet is Batman. Your nutrition like a lion, right? And exercise is Robin. Bruce. All right, my friends. Let's see. Mary MacArthur, you were EMFs and not enough antioxidants if you're eating refined oils and carbs. But my bet is, you see, all the antioxidants, I think we've been duped in the superfoods and the antioxidants because they're only placating and putting the symptoms under the radar. They're still happening. They're still damaging you, right? And these ideas that you need supplements or anything else is kind of crazy. Jeremy, I'm just finishing my live.
Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry. My internet's down. I'm gonna try to dial in.
Yeah, dial in. We'll call you in, okay?
Okay,
all right, bye. I got a meeting in 5 minutes. Fatty liver, Al Torres, fatty liver, my friends, is caused by a plant-based lean meat diet. Because, and this is the simple, I'm going to put this up again. And I don't know if you can see this, but basically when you eat food, the amino acids from proteins and the sugars from mostly plants must go to the liver, and via insulin must be converted to fat. But we are eating a ton of amino acids and sugars, which basically damage the liver because we're eating 3 to 6 times. When you eat fat, it suppresses inflammation in the bowels, and the fat goes to the lymphatics, so it goes to your entire circulation. So fatty liver is caused by plant-based lean meat. Deadly, my friends, deadly. Aunt Kelly had an awesome day, my friend. Fat and cholesterol are the building blocks of our body. Asthma, just thrive. Probiotics and a healthy lifestyle. Probiotics are deadly. Don't touch them of any significance or frequency. Your bowels are best when they minimize the probiotics or the bacteria or the yeast. From Bahrain, how you doing, Moses? Let's see, Moses, good morning. Povak, Zermenosh, I think I'm getting it. Bison, lamb, scaled fish. I'm not a fish fan. They smell, they stink. There's not enough fat. You got to eat the whole fish. You got to eat the head. You got to eat the fish broth. That's it. But my sense is, and remember, the Inuits, they ate the seals, the whales, the blubber. They didn't eat just the fish. Fish, it stinks. Doing water fast this week. Yes. Fine sketch. 5 days. This is day 2. Water fast only. Beef bacon, turkey bacon. Let's see. Turkey bacon is deadly. Veal bacon, fake on. That's what we eat here in Kuwait. Turkey is deadly. Chicken of any significance. Nope. Bacon, eggs, butter, beef, Kiltz's ice cream, salt. 1 meal a day. That's the very best way. Faith all the way. Fasting, feasting. But we're doing our 5-day fast. Join us on the Kiltz Mighty Tribe. But join us on the Mighty Tribe every morning at 5 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. But wherever you're in this world, you're the creator of your journey. Fruit is, let's see what you got here. Fruit is designed to be eaten. Lemonade, lemon water, most mornings. Let's see. Fruit is designed to be eaten and use it as a garnish. Yeah, let's see. Again, fruit, fiber, vegetables, seeds, and nuts are deadly in any significance or frequency. Nah. Don't do it, my friend. Amanda's World, how you doing? Almost done here, my friends. Hungry, day 2. I am moving on done. I feel great. So I feel great. Use that word. I feel great. Wow, I'm looking forward to that great feast on Friday at 5 p.m., by the way, not 5 a.m., right? Histamine intolerant, asthma attacks, wrapped in favor. Stop eating the plants and make sure you're eating fatty meat. If it's beef from cows, if it's lamb, if it's goat, bison, elk, you can do some chicken, duck. But to me, it's fatty meat, 1 meal a day. Asthma will go away. Look at Michaela Peterson. She's a rock star on this. She's the Lions diet, and Kiltz is the Lions way. I feel great. I feel great. Well, remember, the fuel for the Ferrari is your fat. Your fat comes from, you got a fat booty, a fat belly, a fat inside, a fat in your liver. There's the fuel. Now, if you're ultra skinny, my friends, that's not good for you. Eat the fatty meat. You'll feel the best. See you later, my friends. 6 a.m. In New York time. I got a meeting. Peace, love, and butterhood always. Let's see. Thank you. Have a great day, my friends, on all sides. Dr. Kiltz, CNY Fertility, a Mighty Tribe, and YouTube, Facebook. All right. Take care, everyone. Keep the questions, comments, thoughts, and ideas. Remember, You are the driver of your life, right, Parminder? LA Fitness, go do your workout, my friends. Get in the gym.